Hey, guys. Thanks for tuning in again. And however you listen to us, we really do appreciate it. There's a couple ways. The iHeartRadio is a great way. Download the app. You can listen to us on iHeartRadio. And Laughable.
Laughable.com/download. You can get the Laughable.com app where where you can get all comedian podcasts, and me and Mike have our own profiles on there. You can see other podcasts we were guests on, subscribe to our podcast, listen to other people's podcasts. It's just a good place to go if you're into comedian podcasts.
Right. Yes, absolutely. And again, thank you for all the comments and sharing. I see people are sharing it. We really do appreciate that. I do. I mean, again, people ask me, how can we help? Other than, coming out to one of your shows, how can we help? You can just share our stuff with your friends. It's just very simple.
Yeah, that's it. And people
you share a cat video. You share, look at this little Asian kid trying to walk video. Just share our clip.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand why it doesn't happen more. I just don't understand. And I watch shows. I listen to a lot of shows. And I'm not sharing everything they do either. But can you just share the goddamn link?
You know what will make it easier? You listen to the episode. If you like that particular episode, say, man, this was funny. Listen to this.
Yes.
You don't have to share it blind because maybe it sucks.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah. We don't want you to.
Absolutely.
We don't want your friends being like, hey, why'd you fucking share that shit?
Right. Exactly. No, I totally get it.
But today is a good episode. We talk about the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
We talk about space travel a little bit before that.
We do. We talk about, smart black people.
Yeah.
We talk about being fat and not being happy with our clothing choices.
Yeah. We talk about
our gigs.
Talk about our gigs. And it's a fun episode. So everybody, thanks for listening. Check out this episode.
You're listening to All in Our Heads with Joe Fernandez and Mike Gaffney. Please enjoy the show.
Hello.
Yo, you got me?
Yes, I got you.
Cool.
I wonder what happened.
I think it was on my end. I updated my operating system today. And then
okay.
So it changed something in my sound settings. So that's that. And now we got it.
Did you record me talking to you the whole time?
A little bit of it, yeah. We got some.
But you were also moving slow, too. Like, everything was like, it was like you were in, like, giving a report from Apollo 13. Yeah, I mean, just kind of floating around your room. It was weird.
That's where I'm at, Apollo 13.
You replaced Bill Paxton?
Yeah, I'm on a space. What's that new one Elon Musk is doing? SpaceX or some shit?
What?
Elon Musk, the guy who made the fucking the Tesla. He's sending the first people into space, like civilians, like on
really?
Vacation to the moon. First moon travelers.
You should do news reporting.
It's called SpaceX.
The way he just delivered that story was amazing. He's, going to send civilians moon.
Well, I'm not.
Travel. He made the car. That guy.
Well, if I was a news reporter, I would have prepared better for my nightly news segment. But that just came out of nowhere. I didn't plan on talking about SpaceX plans to send 2 tourists around moon in 2018.
Is that the plan?
Yeah. It's an ambitious rocket company headed by Elon Musk. They want to send a couple of tourists around the moon and back to Earth before the end of next year. If they manage that feat, the passengers would be the first humans to venture that far into space in more than 40 years.
Wow, that came right off the top of your head, huh?
Yeah. Well, I can prepare. When you give me a few seconds to prepare and get ready, I'm good at news.
Want to give any credit to that reporter, or you just read it off your monitor?
That's from Kathy Chang, New York Times.
There we go.
As reported by Kathy Chang in New York Times. So it's just a loop around the moon. That's pretty...
just a loop. So arrogant. It's just a loop? I don't want to even do it.
No, but I thought it's pretty good, but guess how much the price of that trip is?
$500?
Close. That's before. That's before taxes. That's before intergalactic taxes.
Yeah.
The intergalactic tax rate is very high, which makes 500 turn into 90 million.
What the fuck? That's how much the people got to pay to go there?
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. That's how much the spaceship costs.
Can we get Chang back in here real quick?
I was like, wow, that's pretty pricey. That's going to garner a lot of Expedia points.
So it's 90 million for the spacecraft itself.
Yeah.
And the tourists, what are they paying? They're just volunteers.
I don't know. I'll find that out and get back to you.
None of that in the story, huh? That was the headline.
I don't see any other numbers in the story, so that's other than
90 months.
90, but it's got to cost at least a couple G's to go on that spaceship.
Okay,
at least. So, private, yeah, 2 would-be private space travelers who wish to remain anonymous for now. So they're probably going to say how much they're paying them. They probably were. I bet people that funded this project with him.
Right.
They're probably like, yo, shoot us to the moon and shit.
Yeah, maybe it's like they did like a GoFundMe on Facebook, and like the highest contributors got to go.
Yeah, they're gonna die.
That's why they don't want their names out there.
Yeah. That's when you're so rich. I'm gonna go just navigate the moon.
I can't even go to San Diego. I want to go to San Diego one day. It's like on a bucket list.
Yeah.
These fucking people are going to the moon.
That's
They've
how
done
bored
everything here on the planet Earth.
That's how bored they are. They're like, honey, you want to get moon selfies? Let's get space. We're going to fly on SpaceX.
It'll be one woman and a husband. She'll be like bored 3 minutes into the flight. Like, we could have went to Barbados. What are we doing? Can't believe you dragged me to the moon again.
So, yeah, the spaceship will be automated to fly itself, and the travelers should just be trained for emergencies. So they're just going to be sitting there like, you know, the anxiety?
Well, you would not be able to handle that. You would be on 2,700 milligrams of Xanax for the whole trip.
I had a dream one time, a long time ago, that I was in a rocket ship going to space. Like, as an adult, you know what I mean?
That sentence wasn't adult-like. Come on.
Hey, you've never dreamed about space?
Yeah, I did, but in a rocket ship going to space.
Like I was in a space shuttle or something. Like, I'm sitting there, and I thought it was cool at first. I'm like, this is cool, you know? In a dream. Like, I was into it. I'm in my spacesuit, ready to rock, and it takes off, and I'm like, wow, like, we're going up, and then the moment, like, I look out the window, like, there's a window right by me, and I saw Earth, I flipped the fuck out, and, like, woke up in a huge sweat.
Like, even in your dreams, you couldn't not have anxiety?
Bro, that's gotta be scary. Like, I've been on some rides at, like, fucking amusement parks where I'm like, yo, this is fucking high.
Right.
Like, I'm into this, but yo, this is really high. But like, Earth, like, you're like, this is high. So high.
The Scorpion is not nearly as high as this.
And if I was like in a spaceship where you're like, nerd NASA scientist is flying this, knows how to do this, get the rocket boosters going into it, you know. But now you just see like a little digital readout that's like doing in your thing. You're like just tapping on it, like, hey.
You can ask. So everything's smooth so far? Are we smooth?
Hey, computer, aren't we supposed to be going left? The moon's over there. Why? All right, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, you want someone to look at, like, they're panicking their face. The computer's not going to panic.
Yeah, like,
the computer's just going to go into computer mode, like, and try to save you. You're not having no idea that you're flying headfirst into the sun.
Yeah, exactly. Then you're just floating and shit. I heard I was listening to what's his face? The fuck is that really smart black guy that's always on Bill Maher?
That's on his business card.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
On Joe Rogan.
Hey, can we get that really smart black guy to talk at our school? Who's that? Yeah, he's always on Mars. Oh, only the one really smart black guy that's on the planet Earth, I guess.
I'm not as smart in the afternoon. I'm way more sharp if we did this in the morning.
Well, what about him? What about Neil?
Oh, he was I listened.
Neil
deGrasse Tyson.
I think that's it. Yeah.
And I can listen to him talk forever, and I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but it sounds great.
It sounds like Morgan Freeman explaining science.
Yeah. But he's got like this goofy laugh that he does it with, so it's like you're at a bar with a dude who's just like really fucking smart, and you're like, this is great. But he said there's so much, like, from us sending in satellites and just shit up there, like when a rocket goes off and we drop off like a rocket booster, there's so much fucking space garbage.
Right.
That it's like, if we ever wanted to get out of here, like if we keep releasing this much space garbage, like we won't be able to get out of Earth to another planet because we have too much garbage to get through.
Really?
And it's just floating around. You know what I mean?
Nothing we can do about that?
Stop putting garbage out there.
Garbage that's up there out.
No, you're not gonna spend $90 million to pull a couple of pieces back. But the thing is, you need to release more garbage to get up there. That's the only way we know how to do it. We can't go with rockets up there without releasing garbage. Right.
But
he said there's like a lot of space garbage flying around the Earth.
Wow.
Yeah.
We just don't give a fuck. We are just disgusting, polluting animals.
We don't know any better. Yeah, but you don't. It's like you at the time you don't know. You figure space is infinite and the garbage is going to float away to.
There's like planets out there going, what is that? What is that fucking planet doing? Why do they shit all over the space?
Well, that's what he said. He said he has no thought, like no evidence of aliens coming, but he said they may have came near us and said there's no sign of intelligent life and then pulled away.
Just us morons bouncing around down here like, well, what the hell's happening down there?
Like that, I highly recommend listening to that Joe Rogan episode. He just says some cool shit, man.
Did you ever see what is that series on?
Yeah, I tried. I don't like his series.
Oh, no?
No, you know what? I like when he's like with another guy that's dumber than him, because that guy, like Joe Rogan, asks questions for like people like us.
Like us, right.
Like I tried watching his show and I was just like, he
seems like he's talking to a bunch of people like him.
Right. I mean, he's tried to dumb it down in his show, but it's more of an agenda each episode, where this was just kind of going. It was like a conversation. You're just like, this is just. Like, I
like how he talks when he's on Bill Maher and he tries to explain things like simply. He breaks down like the world like very simple.
That's why you got to listen to the 2.5 hour Joe Rogan episode, because like on Bill Maher, he's constrained by letting other people talk in time. Right. And you're just like, it was amazing. It's just just amazing, dude. You're just like, holy shit.
Is it a new episode or an older episode?
Within the past 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Highly recommend it.
All right.
But that's that.
Did you watch the Oscars?
I did watch the Oscars. I thought Jimmy Kimmel did a good...
he did real good.
Good job. But I mean, the best I can remember in a while. Funny throughout.
Ellen, but he definitely was the best.
I feel like he was the first guy that didn't fade. Like, usually it's strong at the top. You may get a little, then it's like, let's just get people.
And he kept it simple. Like, it wasn't like extravagantly. He just kept it simple.
It is too long, though. They really got to just.
Oh, yeah, it is.
They got to maybe an opening musical number, but the two in the middle, they're not needed. Not needed.
Yeah, but they're just doing because of the musical score for the movies.
I know.
They do it every year.
Well, then you got to trade that off with sound editing.
Right.
You gotta.
I mean, they trim it every year, and it gets. And like they're losing younger viewers because younger viewers have no attention span.
And also, here's the thing: it's like back in the day with the Oscars, it's the same reason why the All-Star game in baseball nobody watches, because back in the day, you never saw some of these players
Exactly. Absolutely.
play on TV. This is your only chance to see Jackie Robinson.
Right.
Is if you watch it. And like now we have so much media. It's not a Hollywood. I was watching a red carpet a little bit.
Not an illusion
it's
anymore.
almost like Hollywood plays Hollywood dress up.
Right.
Like they try to be like the past.
Yeah, it's not.
It's like a Halloween show.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Back in the day, the red carpet, watching these celebrities that you never get to see walking down the red carpet was used. That's why no one will be better than Johnny Carson, because we know too much about these celebrities. We see them all the time. So watching them on Johnny Carson years ago and hearing like a little story about what happened on scene, you're like, oh my God, that's awesome. We just heard a little backstory.
Right.
It was special. Now we just no special thing about. Like, it's like comics sitting with the audience before the show starts. Like, there's no specialness to this.
Yeah.
Like, Hollywood is so exposed. Their people are so exposed. There's no one living in a mansion only coming down once a year to accept a award and going back.
Yeah.
You see them all the time. They're tweeting every 10 seconds. They're on every talk show. It's just...
That's why. That's why nobody thinks it's special. The same thing. Like what? Like comics sometimes say these crowds, they just treat it like they think they can do it. They act like they can do it. It's like because we're going up in hoodies and jeans, just looking like them. We don't look like performers.
Right.
We look like we're just sitting in the crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's so. It's like maybe if we jazzed up a little bit, maybe they'd revere us a little more, give us a little bit more respect. Not looking like, oh, you look like you just laid plumbing. And now you're headlining? What happened?
I can headline if that guy can.
But then the guy was like, I'm just keeping it real, man. I'm trying to be me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah.
And that's why?
Then keep it real and have a show that no one respects what you do.
Exactly. But yeah, the Oscars, I love it. I've always loved it since I'm a kid. I was almost falling asleep by the time La La Land almost won Best Picture. I saw Moonlight the day before and I loved it.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
It's like when that guy won Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah.
I thought, I was like, great, because the movie was amazing.
Really?
I mean, yeah, it's the ending. The ending was okay, but
yeah, we're good.
But
we'll watch it.
And but it was
a good movie.
Really good, like really good, and
so better than La La Land.
I'm done. I'm not doing musicals anymore for the rest of my life. I'm over. I pretended to like Moulin Rouge to sleep with a girl one time, and that's the last time I'm doing musicals. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like I don't need you to sing me the story.
Right.
I don't understand. And
a lot of people didn't really get what La La Land was about. A lot of people, not just people like regular people, like even insiders and people in Hollywood were like, what the hell are we doing with this?
Listen, I have a gay friend who's in musicals, who sings musicals when you're just around him socially,
right?
Who hated it. So I'm like, if he don't like it, I ain't gonna like it. Like this dude bleeds musicals.
Right.
He sings in the rain every time it rains.
Sometimes it's not raining.
Yeah, sometimes he's just like, right. Yeah.
I wanted to see Manchester by the Sea, but you ruined it with your snooze fest comment on Facebook.
Well, some people liked it. A lot of people loved it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
I watched mostly all of them. Most of them.
Did you see Fences? I didn't see that yet either.
I'm not into that because people told me it's done like a play, and I hate plays.
Yeah.
Plays bore the shit out of me. And I don't know. I'm not.
So you didn't watch it?
No. I knew I wouldn't like it. I just know things I won't like.
Right.
And then not only do I know, and that was another thing, like my boss who's like a very like big into theater and like saw Fences, he was just like, just they didn't even do it justice.
Oh, okay.
So you're like, when the people that are into it are like, it's,
right.
Okay. I mean, they could have, last year, typical Hollywood. I'm not saying they did this, but like typical Hollywood last year was Oscar So White, and then like this was like amazingly nominated Black year.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
that's just the way liberal Hollywood is. They overcompensate. I'm not saying these movies weren't deserving.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. That's the downfall. That's the side effect, because it looks like there's so much talk about it's not black enough, right?
Yeah.
And then even if these movies earned their spots, which I'm not saying they did, but 80% of the public be like, discredit them because it looks like they just, like they you know what I mean? That they, like you said, overcompensated. Like, even though these films deserved it, it made such a big stink about it. And it's like, last year I wasn't as in tune to how white the back of Hollywood was,
right?
Like, behind closed doors. I mean, I've seen movies and stuff like that, but you don't realize how many good movies Hollywood turned away because it was going to be a black cast and it just weren't having it.
Right.
Because this black cast doesn't sell. I didn't realize that was all the backstory for that.
Yeah.
So then to see. But honestly, most of the movies that hit the Oscars aren't blockbusters.
Right.
You know what I mean? The fucking Hulk is never going to be winning an Oscar.
Star Wars don't even win like special effects anymore. You're like, how?
Yeah.
It's Star Wars. Star Wars invented all of the special effects used today. They're like, no, give it to the other guy.
I didn't even see, did we do special effects this year?
Yeah, they did special effects. I forgot who won for that. That, like, a lot of those categories, I'm like, bathroom break. Mm-hmm. You know, a little snack right now.
Falling short.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, you know, come on, man. You got to put some of these on.
But I get why, because that's the art of what the bigger picture is. That's what the art is.
I know, they got to bang those out quicker, like up front, or record, like do like what the Grammys does. There's these other awards they record a separate night. Like heavy metal, for some reason, just doesn't get like when you get the heavy metal category in the Grammys, it's recorded a different day, and they just kind of plug it in.
Right.
So instead of the whole, it's just like you do like a quick one, like, and so won this and that and that. Like they can have their ceremony where they do their speech, but you're not going to be live.
They did that with that. What is it? When
with the
John Apatow's wife.
Yeah, with the science stuff.
Yes, that was funny. It
was funny. They made that funny, but they even they made a thing that was supposed to cut time, be long to get a bit in. Right. And I mean, the bit worked, but I'm saying, like sound editing should be like that stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Hell or High Water was my favorite movie of the year. That was nominated for best. Dude, that was amazing.
Really?
Yeah, it's, you know, two brothers, Robin Banks, Jeff Bridges is a sheriff trying to find them, trying to figure out which bank they're going to be at next.
Oh, okay.
It's really good. I knew it wasn't going to win. You just know it's one of those movies you're like, this is a great movie that doesn't have a purpose, doesn't have like a message.
Yeah, right.
That's why it's not going to win. It's either got to be really depressing, or have like a big global message.
Right.
I mean, Moonlight, totally deserving. I was like, I didn't think that was like we're going to give it to a black people type thing. It was like a legitimately amazing movie, and apparently like a total upset because it was a very small movie made on a small budget.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it follows three different, you know, parts of this one guy's life, from childhood, teenage, and adult, and everyone that played him, every guy was amazing.
Really?
Like the acting in it is phenomenal.
Right.
Phenomenal. And what was that? Yeah. Manchester by the Sea was just I don't know. I can't say it was bad. You know, it's like, you're just like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
I enjoy the Oscars, and typically you get the people who, well, this year, by people not watching it because of Trump. It's like, who cares? Who cares? You make no difference.
Yeah, just don't watch it then. If you don't
watch it, I don't care.
That's easy. I don't watch the Grammys. I don't watch the Grammys because I don't like all the music that they champion. But I don't bitch about it. I just don't turn it on.
Exactly, 100%. But yeah, I was glad that the Oscars there wasn't too much politics.
Yeah.
If they didn't do it, I guess they were telling people, like, just listen, man, we know you got a message. Just come on. We need a break. We need a break from messages. We don't want to hear the right tell us how we gave a message for 3.5 hours. Just suck it up. Just there, grab your fucking little golden statue. Thank your fucking mom. The fuck off stage, please.
Exactly.
But I don't like when people down them, like, just do your movies and don't like they.
Well, they're people too. They can have their opinion and they have a platform.
Right, exactly. But I'm glad that they didn't really beat it up.
Right. I have a funny thing I want to play for the listeners. You probably saw me post it. I think it's the greatest awards acceptance speech ever. Jerry Seinfeld in 2007 getting comedian award. Here, I'm going to play it. I'll play it. It's the greatest acceptance speech ever.
Okay.
Let me get it ready here.
At moments like this, I would like to quote my good friend Carl Reiner, who has often said to me, "You don't give awards to comedians." First of all, comedians don't need awards. Awards are for people that are looking for work. We're not looking for work. If you're any good as a comedian, you got tons of work. We've all got wrinkled suits and smelly shirts from packing and unpacking and schlepping all over the goddamn country, doing 10 million different kinds of gigs. And secondly, and even more important, is your whole career as a comedian is about making fun of pretentious, high-minded, self-congratulatory BS events like this one. The whole feeling in this room of reverence and honoring is the exact opposite of everything I have wanted my life to be about. I really don't want to be up here. I want to be in the back over there, somewhere over there, saying something funny to somebody about what a crock this whole thing is. And I don't want to give you the wrong impression. I don't want you to think that I'm not honored by this, because I am. I feel very, very honored, but it's just that awards are stupid. Every real estate office has some framed 5-diamond President's Award thing by the desk. Every hotel check-in has some gold circle service thing. Every car salesman's a platinum jubilee winner, and it's all a big jerk-off. It is. The hotel sucks, the real estate person is stupid, and the only thing the car salesman is good at is ripping you off. And why? Because awards don't mean a goddamn thing. It's stupid. They're all stupid. All the award shows on TV. I mean, honestly, it is beyond me that we feel the need to set aside a night to give out these jag-off bowling trophies 6 times a year, so all these people can pat each other on the back about how much money they're making, boring the piss out of half the world. And if I hadn't already won all these awards, I would not be talking like this. The truth is that the comedians should be the only one getting awards. We're the only ones that have to actually think of something original and funny and interesting to say. You know how hard that is? You know how hard it was just to write what I'm saying to you right now? It was hard. This took a long time. But we can do it. We can do it. I'm just, sick of all these actors and, I don't know why we're so fascinated with actors in this culture. They haven't got a thought in their stupid bedhead hairdo mini brains. Why? We must honor this man. Why? He pretended to be Bob Johnson. He's a genius, I tell you. It's genius what he's doing. Playing dress up and pretend is not genius, ladies and gentlemen. It's not genius. Roll the cameras, put on these clothes, stand there, ready, say what we told you to say. Fantastic. He did it. Give this man a huge golden trophy. He's a goddamn genius. walking down the red carpet in these ridiculous outfits like they're senators from Krypton. It's just so stupid. But what can I do? I have to thank HBO. I have to. All comedians, these three guys and me, HBO. We owe them. That's why they're here. You think these guys want to do this? They don't want to do this.
It's Chris Rock, Robert Klein, and Gary Shandling.
They gave me a 1-hour HBO special. They were the first people that ever thought I should be on TV for more than 6 minutes. And I was introduced on that show by Carl Reiner. And I don't, so that's it. What can you say about it? And I'm very proud of this, and it's a thrill. I hope they do it again next year. This could be it. I don't know. But this is a great, important, incredibly, sweet thing and meaningful thing in my life. Thank you very much, HBO, and thank you all for coming.
How good is that?
That was great.
That's the best acceptance speech ever. I love the way he talked about comedians. Like, we're the only ones that can do this.
Yeah.
We write our own stuff.
I wrote it. We can do it.
We can do it. He talks about acting. Just stand over there and say what we told you to say.
Put these clothes on.
Oh, it's perfect, Dad. That's what's great about comedians. They can just deconstruct it.
Yeah.
And that's why typically comedians are never invited back to the Oscars, because those people are so serious about themselves. Like when you make fun of them, they're like, we're doing important work.
Right. You know what I was listening to? I just put it on The Fan yesterday, and I guess I think it was Francesco was on with somebody, and he's bitching. Like, all it was they were talking about the Oscars, but as soon as I turned it on, 3 seconds in, he was talking about the whole Jimmy Kimmel, Matt Damon thing. He's like, yeah, I'm sure Kimmel does it at night, on the show, and everybody's in, but we're not in. We just see him having an argument with Matt Damon. We're like, what the hell's going on here? I mean, it's ridiculous. Nobody's watching this show at night. We're all supposed to know during the day. I'm like, are you? So you thought that Kimmel and Matt Damon were fighting? You couldn't even joke? Like, you had to be there for the whole experience to not know, to not enjoy them fucking busting balls?
Yeah. Oh, he's a miserable dude. This is his last year in radio, and good riddance. I haven't listened to him in years.
No?
I listen to him occasionally. What I do is I subscribe to the podcast, so they break it up into certain interviews or segments. So I'll be like, okay, he's talking to Brian Cashman about this year's baseball. I'll listen to that. I'm listening to his. He's just such a droning fucking buffoon.
Yeah,
he is just like, and he's just such an arrogant, fat, fucking. I hate him. I don't know. I used to like him when he used to go back and forth with Mad Dog.
Yeah.
But him alone, just sometimes I think radio broke. He pauses so long.
I know. He paused and he'd be like, back in a minute. Like, what the fuck? Where were you for that?
Yeah, I'm like hitting the volume. Like, what happened? I'm a Michael K listener. I listen to Michael K show.
I don't listen to his show, but I like Michael K.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So yeah, the Oscars, and then the big hoopla at the end. What an embarrassment, though, to But Faye Dunaway is the one that read it. He was even sitting there saying this is wrong.
Yeah. He's like, I don't think so. And she's like, fuck it. She looked out at the for somebody. Nobody gave her anything. She's like, all right, fuck it. La La Land.
Yeah.
You don't see that it says supporting actress. I mean, best actress. You don't see that part.
The worst is the guy that's. He's like the second guy to speak, or maybe the third guy.
The third one. We forced him to speak. He's like, just go. And he's like, I don't want to.
And then he's out there and he goes, dude, he's like, and it appears that we didn't win.
But they were like, go out and say something. He's like, no. And they forced him to go out and say, thanks a lot, Mom. And as soon as he's about to say, he's like, we didn't win. Like poor guy.
Yeah.
That was fucking uncomfortable as fuck.
I feel bad for the Moonlight guy. I mean, I feel good for them that they won, but I feel bad they didn't get the moment of La La Land got the moment of holy shit, we won.
Right.
And they didn't, but that right there is the best feeling of it. Holy shit!
Yeah,
Moonlight was just like, huh? Oh,
right.
oh,
right.
Holy shit!
Yeah, no, they get to end the night with holy shit. Lala gets to end the night with oh my fuck, that sucks.
You believe this shit? The party is like, that's what a musical deserves. Get out of here. Get out of here. Beat it. Go sing. Go sing and dance in the parking lot. Let's write a musical about
Get your
it.
way off stage. You didn't win.
Let's write a musical about it. Wow, wow, land. Go cry about it.
Wow, wow.
No, nah, land. Did you get it? Nah.
Nah, you didn't.
Nah, you didn't land. Didn't land the Oscar for Best Picture.
Oh, that was. You know what was fucked up? I left it on, and then ABC News has ABC does like the after party, and it was some like entertainment reporter and Anthony Edwards, the black guy, right? Is that his name, Anthony Edwards? Yeah. All blackish.
Yeah.
So the crew comes, like they had somebody, I forget, it was a white movie was in there first, and they were leaving, and then the black crew from Moonlight was coming up, and he was like, Anthony was like, oh, here's a real brother right here. I was like, oh, this. So then they sit down, and he's like, man, you know that shit was on purpose, and like the movie guy was like, no, it seemed like it was a total mistake, and he's like, I don't know, man. I think that was on purpose, man. You know how he wanted it to be like that they intentionally didn't give Moonlight the award on purpose.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, man, because if you ask Emma Stone, she had the Best Actress card in her hand, man. They lying, and you think that Warren Beatty looked at it and didn't see what he's saying he saw, and he just made up, fuck it, let's say La La Land? You think that happened? You think that the guy in the back gave him the wrong card on purpose? It said support, It said actress.
No, he's a mindless actor. He can't improv. He read what's on the paper like a dumb actor does. And Faye Dunaway was even worse. She just said, La La Land. She didn't even read the name, nothing, just La La. Yeah, Faye. Because it says Emma Stone, big letters, La La Land, little letters. So you old, whatever fucking age you are, 70, 80-year-old broad, read the smaller letters.
Right. But he showed her, he was like, look it. And he kept saying, look. And she's like, fuck it.
Yeah, she thought he was being, trying to, hold it back for suspense and hilarity.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Oh, it was hilarity.
But I just didn't like that Anthony Edwards was trying to make it like it was something that they did that on purpose.
He wasn't doing that in jest, or
no. He was serious, and they were like the crew, and it was like, no, I don't think it was. I think it was like saying like she's like, nah, man. Even Emma Stone, you'll see, man. You'll see. Even Emma Stone said she had her card in her hand. Like he was trying to make it like they're lying that it was on purpose. You really think they would do? That's what I don't know. I just didn't like that he had to try, and the guys from the movie was like, nah, I don't think that was it, man.
Ugh.
And that's the thing. Like they look, the moment is gone, and now we have to do this. It wasn't on purpose, And then some dude on my fucking Facebook, who's a friend from, back in the day when 13, 14, 15, 16, smoked crack together kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
childhood crack friends.
Huh?
Childhood crack friends from the playground.
Exactly. Yeah. Reminiscing about the playground and smoking crack.
Yeah, you remember recess or crack?
Yeah.
Mom brought sliced oranges. It was good.
Paper football.
Yeah. Paper football on the table, or crack, or oranges. Mom got Sunny D.
But I put up something about I don't know if you saw my post. The best thing about the Oscars is seeing your cynical, miserable, anti-Oscars posts. I said, some of you guys know you're miserable, right? And he came on and he said some kind of shit. I deleted it. He said something like, yeah, well, Moonlight's going to win because of Hollywood's agenda. And like, All right, so I just deleted that. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The sentence says, you guys are some miserable motherfuckers. That was for you.
Yeah.
So I deleted it, and then after Moonlight won, I put up something about like, holy shit, it was uncomfortable. He's like I said, Moonlight. Like, just get the fuck out of here.
People suck, man.
Dude, man.
I hate people.
I do too, man. Facebook does not help you like people.
I think, we're not meant to have this sort of interaction with the public like we do.
Yeah,
That's the negative aspect. It's like the world is created in a way where you have like your circle and your family.
Right.
And the dickhead at work.
Right.
That you just have to go to work every day, so you got to be around the dickhead. But now it's like there's 70 dickheads in my life all the time. And part of me is like, do I need my Facebook numbers up this high to just start unfriending these motherfuckers? Like, why do I need this?
Right.
Or at least unfollow them. Like, I got to start actively taking racists off my newsfeed and these pieces of shit. I'm like, I can't see it. I mean, I don't know how many more dog pictures I got to post or click like on to get my algorithm to get these motherfuckers out, but some days it's pretty good. I'm like straight up pets and food in my feed.
Yeah, right.
Like the other day, I'm like, man, I think I got this shit down.
Yeah, I think because I don't interact with any, really the negative people at all, I don't interact with them at all, they show up. I just don't look. That's
why I like Instagram the most. That's why I scroll Instagram more, because it's like pictures of my friends' kids, trips they've been on, pets,
other stuff,
some food. But it's never like Trump shit.
Tattoos.
What? Tattoos. Suicide girls.
Yeah, broads and chicken.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what, on Instagram where it gives you suggestions on what you've been watching.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's corgis and suicide girls and cheeseburgers. It really encapsulated Joe's.
And no one knows me more than
Instagram. They get
cheeseburgers,
corgis, and tattooed
Instagram
broads.
Gets me.
Totally gets me. If you start making robot girls. Off my Instagram feed, be like, you ever corgi loving tattooed robot who makes cheeseburgers? Oh my god. Totally buying you. Totally buying one. Joe, they're $500,000. All right.
The negative shit. I mean, I don't know, man. There's so much. It seems like, maybe I'm trying to be optimistic, but it seems like it's a little less.
Oh, it's definitely it's calming down,
right?
I feel because I feel like
it's starting to settle.
I think the dust is settling because I think the people that are hurt most in this time of are kind of just letting it. Just what's that? The levels of grief. I think they're at getting to the acceptance level.
Yeah.
You can't be what's the word they're all using? Rising up every day. It's tiring after a while. You have to just kind of because you start looking like an asshole.
When we protest wooden shoes, I don't want to protest wooden shoes. I'm going to let that one go.
Yeah, it's just it's tiring. It's tiring. But it's good though, because I want them to start protesting real things and not everything.
Right, absolutely.
Because then it'll mean more.
Yeah.
Than to protest every guy. Today was a ridiculous one. I felt saying you guys it's like Kellyanne Conway's kneeling on the couch in the Oval Office.
I know. I didn't even want to bring it up.
People is this is where you really have to just kind of
Yeah, I can't. I can't do that one.
Because it's nothing.
No,
it's a slow news day.
So look at how disrespectful she is.
Yeah. What about that other thing in the news with that comic, Jamie Kilstein?
I didn't. I'm glad you brought that up because I have no idea. I just saw someone say something about him. I'm like, what's
You know who he is, right?
Yeah, I know Jamie.
Well, he was like big, especially he was on Joe Rogan one time talking about how like rape jokes on stage lead to rape culture and stuff. And now he's being accused of not rape, but like he got sexual harassment and like all this stuff towards women at the radio. He turned his podcast, him and his wife, who's now his ex-wife, they still stayed at the podcast Citizen Radio, even though they divorced apparently. I never listened to it. But he left the show because now all these allegations are coming out. It's always the guy who preaches against that shit that's the biggest creeps.
Right. Yeah.
So there's not. His ex-wife posted a whole diatribe, a whole thing about it, saying why he's off the show. So he has
validating
validating it without naming names or specifics, but basically validating like this is why he's leaving the show, and he's been just silent about it. But I just wanted to, because apparently like he said on their last episode, I guess a couple days ago on the 27th, whenever that was, yesterday. He at the end he said, I just listened to that episode just to hear what he had to say.
Right.
And at the end, he's like, I'm leaving the show. Didn't allude to that. So all this came out after he said he was leaving the show.
Okay.
But he's like, yeah, I've been having some problems, and he started blaming it on, like, his sobriety. He's been drinking. It's like, oh, you're taking that route, so you've been fucking with girls. You're going to blame alcohol on this one?
Right.
Listen, alcohol enhances who you already are. Alcohol don't make you a raper.
A rapist.
A rapist or whatever you did. So don't be going...
A raper.
No, I don't know if he raped. I just, maybe sexually harassed, No,
yeah.
Okay, maybe alcohol will make you seem like a sexual harasser at a bar because you're trying to get laid at a bar.
Yeah, right.
But if you're sober at work.
Right.
Because
who's saying that he
Allison
harassed him?
Oh, because I guess they have staff at the Citizen Radio. So, like, about 4 people that have worked there.
Oh, really?
Have have come out this. I mean, they haven't come out publicly, but I guess at least to them
That's
at the station.
Scary. Like if it's real, who knows? I mean, I don't like to do that because you don't know. And with the way social media is today, and you can make one rumor become reality when you put it on every site, and everybody's like, "Oh, it must happen. He's doing it." You know what I'm saying?
Well, the only thing that would lead me to believe that it's true is that he voluntarily left because of it.
Right.
I mean, his ex-wife, who they remain friends, they even remain doing it. She's not going to crush him if she doesn't think it's
right. No, absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just think the way it went down, it leads me to believe that it's
right.
real.
No, absolutely. It's just scary to think that if it wasn't true, like what we do to not us, what social media can do to and also. It makes you start to second guess everybody who alleges that something happens like this. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the way it takes off like a wildfire. Like it's just, hey, this guy pushed up on me, and harassed me, and it takes off.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I got to look into that story because I saw a lot of people posting about it.
People are crushing him because he's been a dick to guys for so many years. Like,
really?
He's always was nice to me, but I've seen him be a dick to people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, because I met him when I was like doing open mics when I started, but he was already like getting spots in the city, but kind of going to. So he was already like he would be like, "Why are you even here? You're so funny." Like,
right.
He seemed out of place. At these open mics, it's like you're killing, dude.
Right.
And But, apparently a lot of people don't like him. So it's like they're relishing and kicking him while he's down only because he became what he would shit on.
He was talking shit like being that holier-than-thou fucking guy with, like, regular dudes. And like, hey, you guys are just disrespectful and harsh. You make women feel uncomfortable and it's not cool. And then become a guy who makes women feel uncomfortable. All those other dudes will be like, hey, motherfucker. Nobody ever alleged me of being a fucking rapist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, even I remember him on Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's like, he was just baffled that a comedian was saying that. Like, you believe jokes lead to, like, someone that's not a rapist goes to a
Right.
comedy club, hears a joke about rape, and then starts raping.
Right,
Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? But it's always, Cosby the creep, Mr. Family
No,
Values.
Absolutely. But I get what I do understand. I'm not saying I don't know what he was saying, but a rape joke, it can be funny. Of course, I'm a comic. I will laugh at it. But there's a guy in the crowd who date raped a girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He pushed himself up on a girl who was a little drunk at his fucking party and didn't take no for an answer. She's going to leave confused and not know what to do because she was there drinking, and I didn't really want it, but now she's uncomfortable. And you say a joke about how and make rape normalize it. That guy is like, yeah, what the fuck out of here? I didn't rape that girl. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
It kind of normalizes rape. If you can make a joke about it where everybody's laughing at rape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, imagine that, forcing yourself on a girl that doesn't want it. That's hilarious, right? And then it just makes it normal. I know as a comic, dude, if you can make it funny, I get it. But I also understand it does normalize it.
Right.
It's like if there was a retarded person in the room and the comic started making fun of him and everyone else started laughing, it's like, oh, we get to laugh at that retarded guy? Oh, it's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, what his ex-wife said, she's like basically, if I paraphrase her thing, she said, several women have accused him of being manipulative, emotionally abusive, and predatory in his behavior. There was murmurs in the past, but these women remained anonymous, so I was never able to learn the full scope until very recently, a couple of days ago, which leads me to believe he fessed up to his ex-wife about it.
Right.
And then she said she didn't want to out anybody with it. So now that she has the full story, she's deeply upset and disturbed. Then he's agreed to seek therapy, so that's...
Oh my God.
And then
is this Anthony Weiner?
she wanted him to publicly post about what he's done and apologize, but he declined to do that. And she wanted to post in the episode title of their show the description of why he's leaving, but he declined that.
Really?
Apparently his record label already dropped him. They're not going to sell his CDs.
Then it's all... I mean, it's true.
Wow. That's bad. Oh, somebody already made a Twitter account called Rapey Kilstein.
That has to be Luis Gomez. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's gonna happen,
and that's what's bad because he's been so he's gonna get it so bad just because of people hated him.
right?
He was like a bag of nuts dude back in the day.
Oh, I know.
He was with that crew.
Yeah, I know. I met him a few times.
Yeah, like I said, he was always nice to me. I was never friends with him, but he was always friendly to me when we'd be booked. Like one time, we actually were on a Soul Joel gig together. Remember when we had that Staten Island bar that had the room
that was a cool bar.
That was a cool bar.
Side room.
Yeah, and I hadn't seen him since the open mics. It had to be 3 or 4 years.
Right.
But he was already touring and doing big stuff. And he's like, "Hey, what's up, man? Blah blah blah."
Yeah.
And we had a whole discussion about recovery because he was thinking about it, but then he didn't like the whole God aspect of it. And he's like, "How do you get past that?" Because I'm an atheist. And I explained to him how I don't believe in one either, and I explained to him the concept of the group as your higher power. And he's like, "Yeah, I can get with that." Da, da, da. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not breaking his own limit. He's publicly was sober.
Right.
But that was the last time I seen him, so I had to be, I don't know, 7 years ago.
Okay.
Maybe.
More than that.
Yeah, probably more than that. But, it's just a weird story because, you read stories, we read stories in the comedy news, on Facebook about these weird creeps at these shows that usually are nameless.
Exactly.
Or nobodies, basically a nobody comedian at the public. Yeah. But this is a big name guy for the comedy world.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who's had a huge podcast where like Rachel Maddow on this podcast, big media personalities were on their podcast.
Right.
They turned it from something we do into this big thing.
Right.
And so it's pretty. I was just like, what? I saw his name trending. And I was
Yeah, I
just
saw
like,
it too. I just saw someone say, "Wow, there's something." Somebody made a joke about Kilstein, and I was like, "Huh." And then I saw Gomez commented about him, and I was like, why is his name out there?
but I would like to hear his side of the story. Not that, like, I'm sure there's nothing to defend, but it's like I would love to hear the details. Like, was he just hitting on women, or
Right.
like was he threat? You know what I mean? Like, who? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, who knows
Who's
what
he
it was?
threatening? A little fucking nerd.
What?
He's a nerd.
Yeah.
He's a little nerd. Like, how? I don't even. Like, he had to do it in a, like she said, a manipulative, slimy way, because there's no threat coming from that. Like, most broads would be able to kick that kid's ass.
But they're in this feminist world. They like this little world they put them in. Like, so
Yes.
probably a way like an average guy would hit on a girl could be like really seem weird to an ultra feminist,
Right.
like a regular dude. Like,
No, yeah.
or if you're vibing somebody, maybe you just say something wrong, be like, "Oh, what am I? Just oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were that like you're like an ultra broad. I didn't know that. I didn't know you were sorry." Sorry.
Normally that line doesn't affect
Yeah,
women.
regular
Sorry.
women like that shit. Like regular working class broads like that. But you coffee sipping, knit hat wearing, fucking
Scarf wearing,
hairy
twine.
armpit broads, tad sensitive. I get it. Sorry.
I was talking to a girl last night, and I said, we were just talking, and she was talking about women's bodies and like being kind of like objective and like having to get over that as a woman. Like, what is this guy? Like, every interaction you're almost questioning as a woman.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I said, it's that's got to be, I don't know what that feels like. So I can't, as a guy, I can't say, big deal. Like, every person who comes around you, you have no idea what their intentions are.
Yeah.
You know? But I was like, and I support women being stronger and more independent and not, and drawing lines in the sand, like, do not cross that. But I also, on the other end, like, if I'm a guy, like, oh, that girl's hot, like, look, you gotta look past that. Like, no, I'm not gonna look past the fact that I think she's hot. Sorry. I can't do that.
Yes.
As a man, I can't make my wiring go, of course she's more than hot. Of course she's more of a person. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm gonna go, oh my God, nice boobs. And that doesn't make me a fucking piece of shit man. That just makes me a man who's like, that's what the wiring says. It makes me attracted. That's just automatic, animalistic things. But I look past and go, wow, she's attractive. Oh, she's hot. And then I get to, oh, she's cool. She's a sweet girl. Like, of course.
Yeah, like, why? Like, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, yoga pants make your ass look good, and then you don't want people to look at your ass. It's like, yeah, not staring like a creep, but... Or,
Yeah, but God,
nor would I say, hey, nice ass. I wouldn't do that either. But
Yeah, no,
like,
exactly. No.
But like, if you're walking by me and I do a little head tilt, like, hey, and then I keep going.
Exactly.
It's kind of like when I see a blue jay. I'm like, oh, it's beautiful.
But even if I won't make it known to you that I just saw your butt in those yoga pants and I like your boobs, I'm not going to say that. Hey, man, nice ass and boobs. I'm not going to say that.
No, I've never been like
I'm not going
that.
to make you feel uncomfortable, and you might not even notice that I noticed that. But that's what I noticed, and don't tell me I can't notice that.
You want us to notice that, or you wear baggy pants.
Yeah, I don't want but I don't understand. I don't get. They should be able to wear whatever they want.
No, I know. I'm not saying you're looking
a lot
to
of guys who are creeping and making them uncomfortable, of course, and that makes them uncomfortable. I don't want them to feel uncomfortable, but also the normal reaction to a man and a woman is, wow, I'm attracted to her. That's just normal.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're wearing things to, but like you're wearing things to show off your assets. We do as men. I wear clothes. I try to get clothes to fit me nice to make me look as presentable as I can.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wear clothes that fit because I'm fat And that's not hard. That's not easy to do.
No, it's very hard, especially when medium fat. Like they have clothes for fat people, they have clothes for skinny people, but this in between, like me and you are, like this, like we're like half in, half out. We're like,
it's like you're fat or skinny. What are you doing?
Like these pants fit me last week, they may fit me next week, but right now we ain't wearing them. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Like, yeah, it's like that's why when I go shopping, it's I sweat in the store. I don't want nobody to bother me. I feel like it's very personal things. It's a worm?
Yeah. See it?
That's a piece of fuzz, yeah. I like when I go to the store, I'm very insecure. It's like, and like people are like, "Can I help you?" It's like, yeah, you can get the fuck out of my face. How about that? Because now you've ruined it, and I have to go home and start it again tomorrow. Yeah. Like I have social anxiety when it comes to clothes shopping because it's like, and I'm telling you, man, there's so much nicer shirts in skinny than there are in regular fit or fat. Like the more stylish shirts is slim fit. Like you're like, yo, look at that fabric, slim fit. Then you go to like my like medium fat fit, and it's like it's shit. It's shit designs.
Absolutely, no designs on it.
No designs.
It's just like my son was saying that to me. I'm like, I found a couple of clothes that were not. I said this to my son. I was like, I found a couple of clothes that are nice, but they don't fit me. I'm just like 7 pounds too heavy for the goddamn shirt.
Yeah.
Right? But the shirt that does fit me, that the 7 pounds heavier, is just like they put cloth together and like sewed some buttons on it. Like, here you go.
Yeah, the prejudice against people that like cheesecake.
Yeah. We don't get the cool design or on the pocket. We don't get none of that when you're like in between fat.
Or like you'll see like a bunch of pair of jeans, like, yo, I like what they did with the blue one. That's a nice pair of jeans. And you're like, slim fit. Like, and I'm looking around, I'm like, who's fucking buying these? I haven't seen one slim motherfucker in the mall. I can't even tell you the last time.
I just bought a pair of Buffalo jeans. They were awesome. They fit up top beautifully, and then because up top, down around my ankles, fucking bell bottoms. It's like,
yeah.
It's like, come on, I gotta take them back. I gotta take them back. I tried them on at the store. I tried on the 30, like the 32 length, and then I was like, the 32 length is too long. I'll just grab the 30s and leave. And when I came home, the 30s were like bell bottoms. I'm like, that fucking sucks. And they are really nice jeans, but they don't have the slim bottom cut for fucking fat dudes.
They got it. They got to like look at the American fucking waistline as an average and be like, you got to make nicer shit. Listen, I'll buy 5 shirts, but you're only giving me 1.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to go to the store. Like, I talked myself into that one. I talked myself into it. I didn't even really want it.
I walked around the mall with it in my hand for about an hour, making that shit. I don't even know. Like, it took a long time.
I don't even know what looks good on me. Like, I take pictures of myself in the changing room, and I send them to Carrie. I'm like, does this look good on me? Would you like to be seen with me in this? Like,
I don't even have that luxury, man. It's just
I can't shop, man. I don't know how to clothes shop. It makes me sweat.
I do. I used to just go and like the mannequin is what, like, can I have this outfit right here? The way you have it on him. Do you have that?
Yeah, but it's always slim. I don't look like the mannequin. Can you have little fatter mannequins, like little guys that resemble me, short, stubby? You know what I mean? Just like.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
It's tough, man. It's really tough.
I just said that I went to the mall last Friday, and I said I was feeling really good about it. I put this. I was going to put it on Instagram. I was feeling really good about myself, so I decided, you know what? How can I level this off? Let me go to the mall. The only place on the planet where I fucking feel old, ugly, fat, and broke. Like, I never feel like I belong there. I feel poor as fuck.
Oh, the mall?
The mall.
Oh, fuck that, man. The floor starts moving. I don't like going to the mall.
I don't care about the floor. I talk about the people. Everybody there is young, good looking, and rich. I'm old, ugly, fucking, and poor. It's like I feel extra poor. It's like everyone is like just comfortable shopping. I'm looking around to try to find one shirt that fits me that's not $500.
Yeah. Ugh.
That sucked. I was at the mall Friday. I had 2 pairs of pants on my arm, 3 different shirts, actually 4 different shirts. I went to the changing room. 1 shirt fit me comfortably, and 1 pair of pants. I was like, what the fuck, man?
I still order my shit online. I order jeans online sometimes, and it's just easier that way.
You wait, what?
I order jeans online.
Oh, yeah.
And then send them back if they don't fit. Boom.
I bet you that is easier.
What?
I bet you it is easier. I do it for my
me,
kids.
emotionally, it's way better for me.
Yeah, because you can try it on your bedroom and cry in your own bed.
There's nothing worse than seeing a pair of pants. You're like, I like those. Then you get in the dressing room and you're like,
I know there was.
you're just like, I'm a failure with a belly. You're just like, you're just sitting there and all your failure. You're like, I'm looking old.
Yep.
Like, why do I go to the mall? It ruins my day. I go there with such
lighting
hope.
in the room, in the fucking changing room, is horrendous.
Because new clothes make you feel good. Like when you have a nice new outfit, you're like,
Yes.
I fucking feel good. I just want to go out and like stand and let people see my new outfit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you used to wear the new
You have
sneakers.
to go somewhere.
Like we used to wear new sneakers out of the sneaker store. Like I'm gonna put the old ones in. I'm walking through the mall with this.
Yes.
Like and I'm like, I want to get a nice new shirt to like perform in or something just for my shows this weekend. And I come out of there like I'm quitting comedy.
Absolutely.
I'm killing myself. I should go work on my fucking get my affairs in order. So when I kill myself, my wife, it's easier for her. I should really get my
go out. You go to the mall. This is what I do, right? I'll go to the mall. I'm like, I need a couple of new performance shirts. I need a couple of new stage shirts, right?
Headliner shirts.
Huh?
Gotta get headliner.
Yeah, a couple
shirts.
of headliner shirts, right?
Yeah.
So I'll go and I'm looking for different designs. Yeah, looking for something little. Give me something new.
Yeah.
Give me something new to rock on stage. Then I'll pick up. I'm like, this is really nice. It's really nice. It's really nice. It's really nice. And I'll go and nothing fits. And then I buy another black shirt. It's like that's all I got. Another fat guy black shirt.
That's me.
I get to wear.
Gray, black, anything dark, just the fat guy shirt.
Yeah, and then you look at like a beige one or a cream one, like this is nice, and you take it in, and it's just like hugs every part of your fat. You're like, what? This is not a double X at all.
Yeah, I just want to get my weight. I just want to look good in t-shirts again. I just want to look like t-shirts because t-shirts you can really see your belly when you're relaxed and not sucking in. Just a t-shirt really accentuates your shitty body. So I just want to be t-shirt like nice. Like I don't need no abs. I just want to be able to put on my concert shirt that I got in the summer and then not be like, I'm not pulling on it to stretch it before I go out. I hate when I'm pulling on it. You're like, like I have shirts. I have shirt because I have the way I gain weight is so weird. It's just like all belly.
Yeah, me
so
too.
like even like I take a picture of myself. I crop it at my tits. It's like this guy looks good.
Yeah,
but it's like my shirt looks great in my chest and my shoulders, and it's just like. Just a mess. Like,
see, because I'm heavy all in the gut. Like, I got no fat on my legs. I got no fat on my arms. I mean, besides my neck, it's fat, but most of it's all gut.
Yeah.
So when I get a double X shirt, my just up the shoulders are fucking loose. The lines aren't even where they're supposed to be because I'm not fat up there.
That's my problem.
Fat down here.
Yeah.
So now it's like, it looks comfortable down here, but everything else is bunched up. The collar's flipping over because it's too heavy. It's too big up here.
Me too. I'm medium top half. I'm large bottom half.
Exactly.
And it sucks.
You got to get custom shirts, but that's expensive.
I know. That's all. Yeah, custom shirts. But yeah, what do you? I'm like, come on, the fucker.
Just saying it makes sense.
I know. Custom, because you know, especially me, I'll fucking get custom shirt made, fucking coffee on it immediately. It's gonna turn into a painter shirt in fucking no time.
But you get a nice custom shirt, probably like $180, $100. But what'll happen is we'll get a custom shirt and we'll pay more for the custom shirt than we did made on the gig.
Right. Listen, the only time I'm buying a custom shirt is if I
double headliner shirt on.
Double headliner. I'm going to buy a double headliner custom shirt when I film a comedy special or I get any TV appearance. Other than that, I'm not. That's going to be forever. So I got to fucking drop good. I can't be Coles in that one. I can't be sweating through the J.C. Penney catalog on fucking
Marshall's basement.
Yeah. Yeah, Marshalls I don't do no more. I can't because it's like Marshalls. I remember like years ago, like when I really had no money, when I was just like a waiter.
Right.
I used to go to like Marshalls or like TJ Maxx or like Burlington Coat Factory, and you'd be like, I'd like be sitting there, there's like a button up, you see it on the rack, you're like, oh, this is nice, it's like striped or whatever, it looks normal, you're like, this is good, and you pull it off and it's got some bedazzling eagle on the back. You're like, why? Like, it's for Spanish people, this store. It's for like, it's
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got to dig to find something without like sparkles on the back, or on the shoulder. But
they always have weird shit in the pockets. Like in the jeans, it'll be like, oh, this is a nice pair of jeans. You turn around, it's like San Pedro. It says like on the ass. You're like, why? Why so big? Can you just be SP? Why is that the whole San Pedro?
The whole pocket goes down your thigh, and it's like a different color than anything on the jean. You're like, why is that pocket accentuated with light blue writing?
Or they have like weird. You'll get like even a polo shirt, and you'll pull it out. I like that color, and you're like, why is there a pocket on the sleeve that holds a quarter? Like, like, what is that even? What's that for? It's like, everyone's gonna ask me about that. I can't wear this out. Joe. What's with your little pocket on your arm? I don't know. San Pedro. It's just the weirdest clothes ever. Or Marshalls. I used to buy my work shirts for waitering at Marshalls.
Right.
Because you're like, it's a shit shirt. I'm going to get fucking pancake syrup all over it.
Right.
But then you always have like the one too long arm. Like the one arm fits good, but the other one's bunched up. Because it's just like way
why
too.
Is that?
Because that's why Marshalls are so cheap. It's defective clothing.
Yeah, no, I know. There used to be a place called Value City. Remember that place?
Yeah.
There was one right around the corner from my house. It was really nice. It was very organized. It wasn't a mess at all. It was really nice. And they would have amazing, like Donna Karan jeans and Donna Karan shirts.
Oh, yeah.
For the cheapest price. And they weren't defective.
Back then, that DKNY was the shit.
Yeah. But Marshalls will have, a Kenneth Cole shirt. You know what I mean? A Reaction shirt.
Yeah.
And you look at it, and it's like, it's got like, 4 buttons but 2 holes. You're like, what happened to the other 2 holes for the buttons? That's why it's 9. Okay.
Yeah. And I remember one time, because I needed pants for something. Like, I needed, like, dress pants for something at work. And I had, like, none. I just was, like, a jeans dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I only wear dress pants at, like, weddings.
Right.
So I went and they had like one pair of pants to fit me without needing alterations. It was like this gray pair, but you know how like dress pants have like one pleat on each leg, like the pleats.
Yeah.
This one had 4 for some reason. It was just like 4 pleats at top that kind of went into the line.
Yeah.
That's all people ask me about. Why do you have so many pleats? I'm like, I don't know, man. Making fashion statements. The fuck. It just looked so bad, but it was like I was desperate.
So you had to wear the 4 pleats?
Yeah, I wore them the one night, and then that was it. It was fucking 4 to 4. But it was funny. I'm like, what? I felt weird wearing it, but then you're like, who pays attention to that shit?
Everybody
does. I'm just like, all right, we get it. The pleats. Fuck out.
Should have ironed them out.
Nah, it was like sewn that way. It was no ironing out. It was it was fucking like.
Oh, like I got what you're saying.
At the top of it, it was all folded. Yeah. It was like, it was just so funny because especially I always my whole life, any circle of friends I've gather with is always ball busters. Like no matter if I move to Pennsylvania tomorrow, my new friends would all be ball busters. It's just who I bring around. It's just who I attract to. So it's just like just walk in, nice pants. Oh God, here we go. Hey Joe, we were counting those. We have a bet going. How many pleats does Joe have now?
Well, how old were you?
I had to be, 21. Early 20s. I was a waiter at IHOP. And I forget what the event, I don't know. It was some party we were all going to. But you had to dress, and I wasn't going to go. And then this hot broad that worked there was like, come on, I want you to come. And I'm like, all right, I got to. So I did. I got to go buy some fucking ultra pleated pants. Because I have no money. Fuck it.
Did you have sex with the chick?
Of course I did.
All right.
And my sponsors, I borrowed my sponsors. I lived with my mom at the time. I had no money for a hotel room.
Right.
You know, so my sponsor was a hippie dude who had a van, like a beds in it and shit, and he let me borrow the van. But she was totally down with it. I was like, let me see if I could borrow Greg's van. She goes, all right. And we borrowed Greg's van, just went to a parking lot, and boom.
Nice.
It was nice.
Just to be a kid again.
But that's the type of, it reminds, sex in your 20s. You're like, all right, I can't get a room. My car, you want to get my friend's van? She's like, yeah. You're like, that's when you know a girl likes you.
Yeah.
We're going to go get his...
doesn't like herself.
She was a nice girl.
All right.
She wound up having a good life for herself.
But back when you're a kid, you don't think about that. I mean, I met these. Me and my buddy were in NYU. Mm-hmm. We weren't attending NYU. We went to NYU to meet these two broads. We hung out in a dorm at NYU, getting wasted. Mm-hmm. We didn't drive, and we took the train in, looking for hotels all night, looking for places to go have sex.
Yeah.
He's with one girl. I'm with a girl. So we go to. Remember in the movie Big. That St. Vincent's or St. 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 Vincent's or St. George Hotel. Mm-hmm. Remember when he goes to that hotel, stays that night?
Yeah.
Can't think of the name of it. We went there.
Okay.
And it was a guy behind the grate, one big bulletproof glass. We both give him $20. He gives us a key each. We walk into the room. And there's blood on the walls. There's the mattress isn't made up. The sheets are there on the bed for you to make your own bed. Mm-hmm. The mattress is yellow piss stained all over it. Mm. So the girl looks at it, and I look at her, and she's like, "I don't think we can do this." We were 20 years old. I'm like, I don't think so either. So I went right before I knocked on my friend's door. His room opened up. He's like, "Meh," and he's like, "Yo, we can't stay here." I'm like, "Yeah." We were just thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
So we go back to the front desk. The dude had our $20 bills waiting for us. He's like, "Here you go." He knew we were coming back out. He's like, "No way we were staying there." Yeah. So we wound up taking a train back to Jersey, and we went to one of the motels in Jersey City, and we've been all night. It's 6 in the morning. We've been looking for a place to stay, looking for something to do and have sex. Mm-hmm. And we go into this hotel, and he's like, "Yeah, we sold out, but we have the storage room available, and that's where all the mattresses are if you want to go in there and lay down." And me and my buddy were like, it was a big storage room. Like, all right, let's just do that. He's on a stack of mattresses, and I'm on a stack of mattresses. Same. I'm just saying, when you're 20, that doesn't even click that's probably not what you're supposed to be doing.
No. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just having fun, not even thinking about it. When you're an adult, you're not going to tell your kids that story. She's not sharing that with her family.
No.
When I was 20, this guy took me to.
But those are great memories.
Yeah, they are.
Great childhood memories.
Do you ever share some of your memories with regular people? And realize how not regular your memories are?
Every person at the TV studio, whenever I share my growing up stories, they're just like, "What the fuck, man?"
You're like, "No, back in the were you doing Angel Dust? In the phase of Angel Dust phase?" Like, no, I didn't have an Angel Dust phase. Come on.
Yeah, it always baffled. When people, I was thinking about that because you just had your clean date and my clean date's coming up, and I even think about people that do drugs these days that are baffled. That they're like, how did you have problems so young? And how did you not form? Are you doing them properly? Are you? Drugs are supposed to ruin your life. What are you doing? Are you even having fun with them? I don't even know how to talk to you.
Yeah, there's no label on there telling you the suggested amount you should take. You can take as much as you want of that.
Yeah, if you're doing drugs the way they're supposed to be done, you should be quitting early too. Quitter. It's no, you're just a bad user.
You've been nursing your cocaine for 12 years.
Yeah, just why would you try Angel Dust? Why would you not try Angel Dust?
It didn't even come up. Why shouldn't I try this? That wasn't the option.
Yeah, what?
I was 14 years old. I was 14 when I did my first hit of mescaline.
Uh-huh.
We were hanging out in the back of this building, like on a cliff that looks over New York City. It's like right over a train trestle. And these dudes were like, "Yo, you want to take mescaline?" I had no idea what that was, and I did not ask.
No.
What does that do to you? I was like, "Yeah, I'll take that thing, whatever that is."
Yeah. I remember the first time, I think it was actually the first time I got high, like not on alcohol, was probably like 5th or 6th grade. Maybe it had to be 6th grade because that's when we started getting bused to the middle school.
Right.
This kid moved from Brooklyn to the neighborhood. It was at our bus stop, and he had a bottle of Rush.
Oh, nice.
Remember
Yeah.
Rush? He goes,
"Oh, I do."
He goes, "You want to sniff Rush?" And we're like, "What's it do?" He's like, "Get you a little, makes you feel a little funny." We're like, "Yeah, give me a sniff." The little sniff. I'm like, "Now I have a headache the rest of the day. This stuff is great." I just...
Yeah, I think I was in 5th or 6th grade the first time I did Rush, and then somebody just had it in class. And they were like, "Yo," and I was like, "What is it?" And they're like, "It's Rush. Just sniff it." And I put it to my nostril. I was like, and like sniffed it, and my head felt like I just had a fucking stroke. It was like boom, 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 and I'm like, "This is the dumbest. Why would you want to put that?" And it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I didn't like that feeling at all.
We wanted to get high so bad. I remember that. There was always the one kid that's been like getting high since like the 3rd grade. He's like,
"Yeah,
dude can mix you a cocktail like a professional." And like his mother's like a total alcoholic. He's got the shaker. He's like,
and he's that dirty.
You see him in the library. He's like looking up drugs and stuff, and like in books. He's like, "Yo, they say if you eat enough nutmeg, you can get high." And I remember we're crushing nutmeg. We're like buying bottles of it, stealing them from Pathmark, and we're just getting sick on it. Like we just wanted to get high so bad.
Yeah.
Smoking banana peels, believing anything people told us. We're just like,
yeah, absolutely.
Like, I don't know if it's the banana peels, but I think we're just high from ingesting banana smoke. I think we're killing ourselves, actually. Just so wanted to be not.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to be cool. It's not that I wanted to be. I just wanted to be like, that's what everybody's doing. I want to do that. And I did the Rush, and then we sniffed glue, and then I think I smoked weed the first time in 8th grade.
Oh yeah, sniffing glue and fucking all those art classes was just like,
yeah.
Oh my god, the rubber cement, the big goopy stuff with the big brush inside.
Yeah,
remember that big goopy? You just pour that in a Ziploc bag. You bring your own Ziploc bag to school. You pour it. You just like have it with you the whole day. You're just like, oh, history's so much better on glue. Glue makes this all make sense.
I get it. Wooden teeth. All right.
Why is Joe sleeping every day? Because he's fucking overdosed on Elmer's.
Yeah. But you say those stories, and they're not as typical as we think they are.
No, it's weird.
It's just not as typical. When I tell people, you smoked angel dust, cocaine, crack, heroin, you tell people those drugs, you will be very surprised how little of the population does them.
Well, you meet people that those videos they showed you in class got through to. Like, I'll meet men my age, like, "Nah, I never tried pot. I don't want to freak out and, like, kill people." You're like, what?
You believe that video?
What?
I don't want to do angel dust. I don't want to fly off a building and die. Yeah, nobody does that.
Or then you go, well, you never had a broad that, like, wanted you to get fucked up with her and then you wanted to bang her? He's like, "I didn't have sex till I was, like, 30. You're like, whoa! You're like your whole mission, like, what was your mission as younger? like what were you doing?
What was your agenda? What were you doing?
You weren't, like, it's women and drugs. That was really... And then even when I gave up drugs, it was women.
Mine was drinking and getting high and drunk. Women were second only because I had no self-esteem. And so I couldn't really push up on women. Even with drugs and alcohol, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
If you were a woman and we were going to sleep together, you would have had to make a lot of moves. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really had to make it known that you wanted to fuck me.
Yeah, I don't even like to think about all the signs I ignored. The girls that came to me years later said, I can't believe you never put a move on me. I was so into you. And I'm like, I would kill you right now if I was allowed to. Why are you torturing me with this information? I was perfectly content feeling like you've never thought about me one day in your life. And now you told me you were really into me, you selfish. You selfish. asshole.
Shit.
You could have had this back when it looked good, and you chose not to. And now you're going to torture me with it of what my childhood could have been.
You.
Oh, like girls in high school. They said I was like, do you know how much better I would have been at school and self-esteem if with you on my arm, if you would have told me you even liked me?
Right.
You're half of the reason why I was miserable. I just leave that.
Yeah, no, because the Facebook puts you in contact with all the people from high school, right? And I'm open and honest now. I'm like, yeah, man, back in high school, I was very, very insecure and shy. But I didn't act like it. I looked like I was having fun and enjoying life, but I was extremely insecure. And every girl I ever meet from the school, why? You were so cute. And I was like, yeah, shut your face.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear how cute I was then. I don't want to.
Yeah, and then they say you were cute, but back then they were into guys that treated them like shit, so that's why.
Yeah, I don't know if they, I never made it known to anybody that I liked them. So it just looked like I was fine, just hanging out with my friends.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. It's like, I needed a fucking skywriting for you.
Yeah, I don't remember ever flirting with a girl that was an unsure thing, ever. Mm-hmm. When I was younger, the only way I approached you was because I already knew you liked me.
Yeah.
There's no way I was going to find it out on my own. Hi, I like you. I don't like you. Oh, that wasn't happening. So I just was I had to wait for someone to say, she really likes you. She does? Yeah. She likes you a lot. She always wants to hang out with you. And then finally, I got the go-ahead. I'll go and kiss her.
Did you ever in life hit on a complete stranger, try and get her number?
Oh, yeah. After I hit my 30s, fuck yeah.
You're in a, not even after a show, you're at a coffee shop. Mm-hmm. I remember the first time I did that, I was you're talking girls, hanging out with my buddy Howard, and we used to always talk, we were single, and talking about meeting girls and stuff, and I used to, act like I was somebody I wasn't sometimes, just to try and be cool, conversation, be like, oh yeah, pick up broads,
Yeah.
So there was a blonde girl sitting, and he's like, why don't you go ask
blind girl?
A blonde girl. If she was blind, I probably would have worked now.
Got her number.
No, I actually got her number. That's the thing, because he challenges me to all the shit I've been talking.
Right.
Why don't you go get her number? And I'm like, all right. You're just fuck, I don't know how to do this. They used to be a Barnes & Noble. I think it's still there, actually, at the East Brunswick Mall by my mom's house. And so I just walk. I forget what I said, but I just walk up to her. I didn't remember what I said. I just was basic. Hey,
right.
What's up? Da, da, da. And then she gave me her number. She gave me her number and her AIM screen name. That's how early the 90s that shit was. And yeah, I met her, went on a few dates with her. I didn't sleep with her, but I was just like, holy shit, you can do that.
Yeah.
You can just go up to people. And talk to them.
How old were you?
In my 20s.
Okay, see, I didn't do it in my 20s.
My early 20s.
Oh, no way.
I'd say 25, 24 maybe.
Now, all those things, any sexual experience that happened in my teens and 20s happened because, the girl made it, made it known, hey, I'm into you. Talk to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There was. I remember when I first moved, I was still getting high when we moved out here, and my mom, I lost my job from robbing them, right? So not I lost my job in a fucking transition period of my company. I lost my job because I was robbing them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make it sound like, they laid him off. No, they fired him for robbing them. So I lost my job. I had no job. I'm still getting high though, but my mom's not giving me money. So I got no cash, and I'm smoking crack every day, right? Mm-hmm. So that doesn't stop just because you have a job. Yeah. So I'm either robbing people, robbing stuff, selling stuff, or my mom's going to give me money. So my mom would take me to bingo with her. She would pay for my bingo.
Yeah.
And if I was to win, I get to keep that money.
Okay.
So, win a fucking split a game with somebody, you win $30, $35. Like, so every once in a while, I would win $30, $40, and there was my crack money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there was these girls that were going to these bingos, and they were like recently single, maybe a divorced girl, and then like a girl who like used to go with her mom all the time. So she was like 22, and there was like 2 different women I met at different bingo halls. But they followed me to wherever I went. So I was like, it took them following me. And this one girl came to a church that me and my mom used to work out on Thursdays that I worked so I could take money. Mm-hmm. So we worked at bingo, and this girl came to it, and she sat there. The game is over. Everyone is gone. And she's just sitting there at the table by herself. Mm-hmm. And I'm cleaning up, and I'm like, hey. And she's like, hey. And I'm like, so what do you, like, she's there for me. Mm. And I couldn't get the courage up to ask her. And finally, I was like, do you have a boyfriend? She's like, no. And I was like, you have like a husband? She's like, no. Like a girlfriend? No. And I said, I was like,
I was like, oh, that's hilarious.
And then she gave me, I said, have your number? She's like, yeah, what do you think I've been sitting here for the whole time? Been waiting for you to ask for my number.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was the only person, but she clearly made it, like she wasn't a mystery. It wasn't just a stranger.
Right.
But then once I was in my 30s, I, single for a couple of years, going to the gym, feeling good. That's when I was 31 years old, and I asked a woman at Home Depot. I was like, hey, excuse me, can I have your phone number? We were talking for a minute, and then I asked for a number, and I hung out with her. That was the first time I did it. 31.
Yeah. Most of my 30s, I was with Kerry. So right. Most of my stuff happened in my 20s. Once I got after that girl that I went up to in Barnes and Noble, that opened the gates for me though. That's why my later 20s was great, because I just used to talking to strangers, which made me do really well with restaurant waitresses, like late night diner waitresses.
Yeah.
Like the midnight shift girls. You're like, it was great. I met this one girl who worked a midnight shift at this local diner, and she would just come by in the morning after her shift. And it was like amazing. It was like you wake up, pretty girl comes over. Sometimes she'd bring me something from the diner.
Right.
She was not, I liked her back then, but she was such a pothead. Back then, in my recovery, I was like real recovery. Yeah. I'm like, this ain't going to be a thing.
Right,
like, I do like you. Like, you're very pretty, and like, I'm like, how am I going to make this happen?
Yes. I hung out with a girl in recovery who just had to smoke a bowl like every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I did it like for a couple of nights. I'm like, I just can't do this.
Yeah, if you were a casual, like once in a while.
Yeah.
I dated girls that drank, never bothered me. But if you're an alcoholic, I can't. Like if you're if you're constantly high.
I met a broad online. It must have been like fucking 2007, 2008. Mm-hmm. She lived in Long Island. She was a police dispatcher. Uh-huh. So you think she's a good girl, right? So I go to Long Island. She takes me. She's like, yeah, come meet. It was like a Thursday night. She's like, come pick me up at my house. Come to my apartment and pick me up. So I come to her apartment, and she's like, we'll take my car. My brother and his friend are going to go with us. We're going to go to a bar that has like karaoke.
Okay.
And I was like, and these 2 guys are going to go with me. Now, the brother, they're like 2 guys out of a fucking trailer park movie, the 2 cats. I mean, just like they just came out of a trailer park. Mm-hmm. And then the brother's like, hey, man, what's up, bro? How you been? And there's another guy in the background. His friend is like so socially awkward. He's like, hi. Like so weird in the back seat. And I told him I'm in recovery and I don't get high. And the guy in the back's like, oh, man, really? Hey, did you ever do this? And they start rattling off drugs. He was just so happy that I did drugs. Uh-huh. At one point, he wanted to know what I did.
Yeah.
And starts asking me drugs. So we go to this place for karaoke, and the girl I'm with says, you know what? I don't get high. I smoke weed once in a blue moon. Once in a blue moon. So I'm like, oh, cool. I'm like, yeah, because I don't get high, and I really don't like being around it that much. Like, don't even worry. Once in a blue moon.
Every day's a blue moon. Every
day was a blue moon. She got high that night, right, with her brother and his fucking retard, right? And then
You're looking out the window. Yo, hon, it's a quarter moon tonight. I don't know.
Exactly.
It's like a crescent moon. I don't think you should chill.
She smoked outside the bowling alley, fucking / karaoke joint. Then we go back to her apartment with retard and the brother, and we're going back to the apartment, and she's just like, you mind if I smoke this right now as they're driving? I'm like, well, kind of. She's like, it's not going to be a big deal. She starts smoking a bowl while she's driving. Get back to her place. I wanted to have sex. Her brother was wasted. It just didn't work out. I left. 2 nights later, she said, come over to my apartment. So I came. She goes, meet me at this bar. I'm at this bar. I just got to work. Meet me at this bar. I'm like, okay. Meet her at the bar. She's talking to some dude in the corner. She leaves. Says, come on, let's go back to my place. So I go back to her place, get back. Yeah, she pulled out a big sack of weed. It's like, oh, my God, look what I got. I'm like, that's a lot of blue moons in that bag right there.
Yeah.
So she starts lighting up again. I'm wanting to have sex, but she's now, the room is full of fucking smoke. And someone knocks on the door. It's some dude coming to buy a little weed from her. Because he knew she had it. He goes, she's my friend, Jimmy. He knew I had this sack. I'm like, oh, my God. I just put my shoes on. I was like, hey, take care.
Yeah.
And then she, like, called me on my right. She's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, nah, I can't do that. Sorry. It's too much. Your blue moons are too... Just seems like there's never a regular moon out for you.
Yeah.
People are coming to buy weed at your house. Well, they knew it was a blue moon today?
Yeah. Yeah. Only so much you can put up with.
Yeah, I just can't do it every day.
Right.
That's
that. Do you have any shows this past weekend?
Yeah, I had my recovery show.
How'd it go? We stayed home. Carrie wasn't feeling well. We thought about coming out, but she wasn't feeling well, so we just stayed home and watched Moonlight. Actually,
okay.
How'd it turn out?
I think we got about 70 people.
Okay,
turned out to be a good little crowd. They were not a lot of energy. It was just like very weird group.
Oh yeah,
wasn't a ton of energy. Like Adam did okay.
Wow.
And Adam, as a host, can, whip any crowd. And he did okay. I mean, like, their energy wasn't great. Then the middle guy, my buddy Brian, he said he had fun. He had fun, but the energy just seemed a little flat. And then me, I went up and, like, all my crowd work and me busting balls killed. Material did okay, but they loved my interactions with them.
Yeah.
Even James was like, wow, you did a lot more crowd work than you usually do.
You had to if they had no energy.
Yeah. So it turned out to be a fun night. And Friday I did Freehold, the American Hotel.
Oh, how was that gig?
Pretty good. It was. They normally have it, they said, like in a smaller banquet room. Mm-hmm. But this one they had in a bigger banquet room. And it was only probably like maybe 70 people.
Yeah.
So it was just a little bigger.
Okay.
But they were a great crowd. They were fun. It was a good room. It's a nice place. Like, it would have been nice to go there on a date earlier because the restaurant, it's like that hotel is like really upscale. The restaurant that's attached to the hotel is like really nice, good food. Would have been nice to go get a meal and then go to do the show.
Yeah, they had one of my high school reunions there, but I didn't go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny because some girl or a woman was like, walked in and said, I have my high school reunion here.
Yeah, maybe they do multiples of those.
Maybe. It wasn't one of your fellow students.
Yeah, I grew up in East Brunswick, but they had it in Freehold. But I have no interest in high school reunions.
Yeah.
I'm in contact with everyone from high school that I care to see.
I was not really, I went to school. I was at a high school.
Yeah, I just don't think I would have a good time.
I wasn't plugged into that part of the school that would be excited to do a reunion.
Me neither. I was a metalhead, podhead.
My friend probably in prison or dead that would actually show up to that. You know what I'm saying? Like I would be showing up with all the nerdy kids at school. Or like the kids I didn't really hang out with. And they were nice. Everybody was nice. Like I got along with everybody. I just wasn't a part of everything.
Well, it's just that's me. I was friends with everybody, but I had my clique was the metalheads. But right. I got along with everybody. can go to.
Right.
I went to a lot of different parties, but I always have this feeling that if I go to a high school reunion, I'll have that same awful feeling of high school, walking in the room, like, why am I bringing myself back to this?
Yeah.
Like that shitty feeling.
I felt there's a couple of girls that they showed up to my house reunion. I'd probably get all nervous around them, like, hi. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I just went to class and I went to school and cut every period. You know what I mean? I barely graduated. I had 3 lunch periods.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever class, it's fucking sucked. If I had a real important class, 4th, 5th, and 6th was your lunch periods, right? So if I had a really important class and my lunch was 5th period, and I had a really important class 4th or 6th, I'm like, that sucks. I'm going to fail that class. I'm not going to be at that class. Can't you put typing at 4th period so I can take fuck about that class? You know what I mean? So they had, 1 year I had bookkeeping 5th period and lunch 6th, so there was double lunch right there.
Yeah.
Double lunch, pitching quarters around the corner. Wasting all my lunch money on pitching quarters. That was fun, though. That was good days, man. You have a pocket full of change because you won $8 playing quarters, man. That was a good time. That was a good time. Then you can buy 3 sandwiches. They're like, what's up, nigga?
Yeah.
I can do a sandwich. I got you. I won today. And there was one kid who was so good, man. That dude always won. He knew he was going to walk away with $10.
Nice.
It was either we pitched quarters or I went to the cafeteria and played. We played blackjack, for money underneath the table. So everybody it was $1 bet, and everybody had to put $1 on their knee.
Yeah.
So you knew the $1 was in the pot.
Yeah.
And then, as soon as whoever won, they just slide the dollars over. You know what I mean?
It's amazing you became a gambler later in life.
I know.
It's amazing.
How did that happen? You ever played dollar flips? You ever played money flip? Or you just take $1 bill, everybody gets $1 bill, and you go first, boom, and if you drop it and it lands on the heads, I got to match it. If I don't, you take my $1.
Nah, I never played games I didn't gamble when I was younger. I just bought weed with my lunch money.
Yeah, extra money for that. I always had $5 for lunch, and I would pitch it or flip it.
$5 for lunch, wow. I got 3.
I think it was $5 bill.
I'd buy a $1 cookie and save $2, and by the end of the week, I had enough for a dime bag. So I ate cookie every day, dime bag at the end of the week. It was great.
I had to buy a pack of cigarettes a day, which is 60 cents?
Yeah, I stole cigarettes. I never bought cigarettes.
Well, I did too. My grandfather.
They used to keep cigarettes in the front, by the register.
Yeah.
It used to ask them. It was the cheap cigarettes, they had Deer cigarettes. Remember those?
Right.
Or Bucks. No, they called them Bucks. They were $1 a pack. But you'd tell the guy would be like, "What are those cigarettes are back up there?" And they're pointing up, and he starts looking back. You just grab a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
Those shitty cigarettes. Throw them in your book bag.
Right.
Nah. My grandma wants Virginia Slim menthols.
Never mind.
You don't have none? All right.
My grandfather owned a candy store / newspaper stand with cigarettes, a cigarette. So my cigarettes until I was 16 were free.
Yeah. I used to steal my dad's.
I would smoke Marlboro Reds, and then I started to buy them, and they were only 60 cents, 75 cents, I think, at one point. And then when I quit smoking, I think they just approached $1.90, I think. And I was like, I didn't quit because of the fucking cost. I quit because I was hacking up a lung.
Yeah. Yep.
Good old days. There's the good old days right there.
The good old days.
I said that to a woman in the show. There's this old lady in the front row, and I said to her, I was like, "What school did you go to?" And she was telling me, and she's telling me a little bit about where she grew up. And I was here, and I went to this school, and I went to that school. And I was like, nice. She's like, but they were and she air quoted, good old days. And I was like, ma'am, you don't got to do that. We know that anytime you're talking, they were the old days, 90. None of us thought you went to high school last month. Okay, knew it was the old days.
I got some audio I was going to put into the show. I haven't listened to it yet and chopped it out. I'm hoping it sounds good, but I had Uncle Vinny's last Wednesday,
right?
And I I was doing the material about, Justin when he was little, not knowing what to call me because me and Kerry were just dating.
Right.
Like the step boyfriend jokes. And this one dude like blurts out, he's like, just be uncle. I go, uncle? Like, that's fucking creepy as fuck, man. Right. And then like he said like whenever like I started talking with him and like whenever he had girlfriends, if they had a kid, he would be uncle whatever his name is.
Okay.
So I did a little back and forth with how creepy that was.
Yeah.
And then this other clip, hopefully these clips sound good. This woman, this pack of like they had to be like in their 60s, like women just coming out for drinks and they were hammered, but funny hammered. Like having a good time hammered. And it was just so funny. This woman, she's like, I got to take my necklace off. And I'm like, that's how fucking you know you're drunk. When your necklace is bringing you, like you're too hot for a necklace. You're like, I got to get this off. So I'll pop those in if they sound good. It was just fun interaction.
At my show on Saturday, Frank was there.
Uh-huh.
And Frank was sitting in the very front near the stage.
Yeah.
And I closed with all the dumb Frank material.
Uh-huh.
And it always does well. My dumb friend Frank always does well.
Right.
But it crushed with him being there. Uh-huh. I mean, it crushed. And I said, normally I spend about 30 seconds setting up who Frank is. I have to describe him to the world. I said, but today I didn't have to. You guys just point to him, and I'm like, you guys look over and go, yeah, I can see this guy saying that stuff. Like, I don't have to really build him up. You can look over here and say, yeah, I see the guy with a tattoo on his neck. Probably doesn't say smart things. Like,
he has a tattoo on his neck?
Yeah.
I never noticed.
Yeah,
I guess I don't look at Frank's neck a lot.
What?
I guess I don't look at Frank's neck a lot.
He has a tattoo. It's Japanese for brother, I think.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
He thinks.
He thinks.
I said it says heroin addict.
That's hilarious. Oh, my God. What do you got coming up, man?
I am at McGuire's this weekend.
Oh, nice. Did you watch Crashing this weekend? I think it was the brokerage they were filming at. They made it like they were in Albany, but it looked like the brokerage.
What?
Did you see Crashing this weekend? The show Crash?
Yeah, they were at that was Governor's.
Governor's, okay.
Yeah. They, yeah, I watched. I didn't like it this episode.
Oh, no, I thought it was great. Carrie was dying laughing. She thought it was so funny.
This episode?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I got, but I thought
it was funny.
Okay.
I thought it was.
It was okay. It just wasn't like, to me. I'm like, oh, this is going to start to sound really. It's going to start to really be inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, but I know that it just felt. It didn't feel as good as the first one. I'm not saying that the show sucks. I just didn't like it as much as the first one.
Word.
But it was good. Yeah, that's Governor's. They changed it. The green room looked different inside, but it's the green room, and just it looked different.
So you're at the where are you?
I'm at McGuire's. Hold on, we're March 2nd and 3rd and 4th. It's this coming weekend. I'm at McGuire's in Bohemia, New York.
Nice. It's
a great club. I think one show Friday, two shows Saturday. It's like one. Out of all three, a lot of people like the Brookwoods the most. I like McGuire's the most.
Oh, yeah. I got to try and get out to those Long Island rooms. I've never done them.
What are you doing this weekend?
This weekend I have I'm headlining a fundraiser for some St. Andrew's school. It's for Jeffrey Paul. He's a comic who put the show together. You know Jeff Paul?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so we're doing that Saturday. Friday I'm doing a fundraiser for James in Long Valley. So I don't know if they're open to the public, but
and what's Saturday? Where's that?
Bayonne. What time? 8:00 or something. But I'm closing that shit out.
I would have told you to come out with me.
Yeah.
To a guest spot.
Maybe next time I will.
Okay.
You know. Then That's all I got this week.
Oh, and tomorrow, Wednesday, if you get this up, Wednesday, I will be on that on Ken Krantz's show, Heathens at Gotham, 8 o'clock tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, I thought about coming out to that if I'm not doing anything. Maybe I'll swing by and ride in with you if you.
Yeah, and then we'll go grab some tacos or something.
Fucking definitely.
Yeah.
Or something. I think I'm definitely coming in now.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
All right.
Yeah, that's it this weekend. The following weekend I'm at Laugh Fest, and then Uncle Vinny's the 14th and 15th of March. So I don't know if you live in Grand Rapids, Michigan, but I'll be out there at Gilda's Laugh Fest at the Pyramid Scheme, March 11th, 9:30 at night. I may be on other shows during the festival, but they don't tell you till you're there.
It's awesome.
One guaranteed show, so it should be fun. I'll promote it more next podcast because that's the week before. So
yeah, man, that's great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll talk about it more because I got next week. I have the Airbnb, so I'm just hoping I'm not going to get murdered. But we're gonna.
What?
I said I'll talk about it next podcast, but I got the Airbnb out in Michigan.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing that for the first time, so we're hoping Joe doesn't get murdered. So now I have two levels of fear: plane crash and murder. So we're.
What about if there's antique furniture all in the room?
No, there's not. I already saw the pictures of the room. Are you kidding? I vetted the room. But we won't get into it now because we're almost at 2 hours and Kerry's coming home and I'm hungry. So, all right, everybody. So go to MikeGaffneyLive.com to see all of Mike's future dates and to buy tickets to his shows. Go to JoeFernandez.net for all my dates. Thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading and subscribing. You've been listening to All in Our Heads.